Hi guys, welcome back to Codemaster Coach, your medical coding tutor. Okay guys, it's that time of the year. I want to share with you my medical coding program. So let's get started. Let me minimize my box here. All right, here we go. First of all, I want to talk about the foundation. I have been teaching my medical coding program now for greater than 4 years, so I've got a bit of a foundation now, and I feel more confident coming to you and sharing with you the gist of my coding. First of all, I have more than 34 years experience in health information management profession. This is what I went to school for. And then actually of those 34 years, I have spent 26 years teaching medical coding. I've supervised medical coders, so I know what managers are looking for, and I've educated medical coders for both the CPC and CCS exam. And I've got my own certification. I am not only my RHIA, which is the bachelor's degree in health information management, but I have my CPC and my CCS as well. So the foundation is there. Now, what does my medical coding program consist of? It consists only of the classes needed for the CPC National Certification Exam through AAPC. You'll notice your state colleges and universities require you to take additional classes such as electives in psychology and some maths because you're working toward a degree. But remember, medical coding does not require a degree. It requires certification. So therefore, I can teach just the classes needed for that CPC certification. So the 7 courses that I teach start with Introduction to Medical Terminology, and then you go to Medical Coding Level 1. And Level 1 is my foundational course. This is the course that with working with other students that have gone through other programs, I'm finding that that foundation wasn't laid. My Medical Coding Level 1. Then you go to Level 2, which builds from Level 1 to Level 2. And then I take you to Introduction to CPT. I found that if I teach ICD-10-CM and CPT together, it gets confusing to the students because they're trying to code procedures with ICD-10 or diagnoses with CPT. And so what I try to do is make sure you've got your foundation laid first in each of the classes so you're taught ICD-10-CM separate from CPT. Then after the introduction to CPT, you go to Medical Coding Level 3. And then billing and reimbursement. Medical billing and reimbursement is becoming a big part of coding programs because physicians are looking for coders that can do the coding and the billing. In the past, we had coders and then we had billers. Well, with everything, they expect one person to do it all. So now they want that coder that can do the coding and the billing. And so that's the 6th course. And then the 7th course is your CPC prep. Guys, you can learn to code, but you will not pass that CPC exam unless you've learned the strategies of the CPC exam and how to pass it. So again, in the CPC prep, we prepare you solely for the CPC exam. Now, as far as my classes, I found that Codemaster Coach does better with smaller classes, only because I need to have that one-on-one with each of my students each week. And my classes are 12 weeks long. Some students feel like that is just too long. And I hear you. Those that want a quicker program, I would not be the program for you because I have each one of my classes are 12 weeks long. I've taught for other programs that have less than 12 weeks, and by the time the student is finally grasping the material, class is over. They didn't really get to use that knowledge. And I feel like with the 12-week course, that gives me time to really build the student up in the course to where they need to be. And it's not something that I just throw. I don't send books and assignments and tell you do it. We work. Each class meets on Zoom numerous times a week. The student is only required to attend 1 Zoom session a week, but I have to offer not 1, not 2. I offer 3 to 4 classes each week on Zoom because my students have different schedules. Some work days, some work nights. Some work Monday through Friday, but others work just the weekend. So I have to offer classes at various times during the week to try to accommodate those students. Now, again, your students only required to attend one class, but if they choose to attend multiple classes, they are welcome to come on in, because by the time they get to that second or third class, they've got it. That first class really helps them. Okay, that's what we're studying this week. By the second, they're like, okay, I'm ready. They've got answers for me. And if they do attend like even a third, then by then they're ready. They've got it. But the last thing I always do is I require my students to show face. And that's because I want to see the light bulb go off in their faces. I want to see when they've got the material, or I want to see when they're not getting it. And I can tell. So I do require them to show face on Zoom. By the second, third, fourth class, and when they come together as a group, it doesn't bother them to show face. So as far as my Zoom classes, the Zoom meetings last 1 hour. And what I found is the students build camaraderie with each other. They build families within each class, because when they're in this class together, they move as a group. They tend to move as a group together to the next and next, unless students double up. But you usually move as a group to the next class, to the next class. But again, students must attend at least one Zoom class per week per class. And there are weekly quizzes and assignments that have to be submitted, and I make sure we review those while on Zoom. So again, we build that information up in our students to make sure they're understanding the material. So if this sounds like something you're interested in, be sure to email me at codemastercoach@gmail.com. I'll be starting my next class on January 3rd, 2023, and I welcome you to join us. So if you're looking for a medical coding program, come see us at Codemaster Coach. Okay, guys? Thanks. I will see you in the next video.